In a world where distraction is the new addiction and procrastination is the silent killer of dreams, one truth remains. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Welcome to Get Up and Get It Done in 2025. The raw, unfiltered wake-up call you didn't know you needed. This is not just motivation. It's a movement for those who are done making excuses and ready to dominate their goals. If you've been waiting for the right time, this is it. Watch this video till the very end. Absorb the fire in every word. And then share it with your family, your friends, and anyone who needs a push to stop dreaming and start doing. Let 2025 be the year you stop watching others win and finally become the one worth watching. I'm about to share with you the 7 most important points. Listen carefully and be sure to share this with your family and friends. Number 1, discipline over motivation. In a world obsessed with instant results and viral success, too many people wait for motivation to strike like lightning, hoping it will magically pull them out of bed, silence their doubts, and carry them toward greatness. But here's the truth. Motivation is a mood, and moods are temporary, unreliable, and often dictated by how you feel, not what you need. That's why discipline will always outrank motivation. Because discipline doesn't care how you feel. It only cares about who you said you wanted to become when you were clear, focused, and hungry. Discipline is showing up when you're tired, when you're uninspired, when no one claps for you, and when the results are invisible. It is the ability to make a promise to yourself and keep it even when no one is watching. Motivation may give you a spark, but discipline builds the fire. It's waking up at 5 a.m. not because it's trendy, but because your future is calling and your past is haunting you, and you're done being average. Discipline is the quiet force behind every Olympic athlete, every best-selling author, every visionary entrepreneur. It is what makes ordinary people achieve extraordinary things, because they refuse to negotiate with their excuses. You won't always feel like working out, writing the book, studying the craft, making the call, or taking the risk. But that's exactly when discipline must override desire. Discipline is the alarm clock of purpose. It forces you to act when your mind is making excuses and your body is begging for comfort. In 2025, if you truly want to transform your life, stop worshipping motivation like it's some magical fairy dust and start mastering discipline like it's your oxygen. Build systems that don't depend on your feelings. Put your goals on your schedule. Commit to rituals that lock in progress. And surround yourself with people who remind you of your standards, not your struggles. Be the type of person who shows up, rain or shine, failure or success, because your dreams are non-negotiable and your time is too precious to be wasted on mood swings. Discipline is the ability to keep going after the honeymoon phase ends. It's choosing consistency over chaos, values over urges, and long-term gain over short-term pleasure. If you only act when you feel like it, your future will be controlled by emotions that lie, procrastination that steals, and distractions that destroy. But when discipline becomes your foundation, you become unstoppable, because nothing and no one can take away your ability to keep showing up. In a world full of dabblers, be a finisher. In a society obsessed with hacks, be the one who masters the basics. In a culture that promotes comfort, be the one who thrives in challenge. Discipline is freedom in disguise. It looks like sacrifice on the surface, but beneath it lies the power to build any life you envision. So, stop waiting to feel ready. Stop scrolling for inspiration. Stop hoping for easier days. Get up, get moving, and let discipline be the silent engine that drives your legacy in 2025. Number 2, Your morning wins shape your entire day. The first battle you face every day isn't with the world, it's with yourself. And the moment your eyes open, you are given a choice. Rise with purpose or fall back into comfort. And that single decision sets the tone for everything that follows. That is why your morning wins are not just routine, they are rituals of power, setting the momentum that carries you through challenges, distractions, and doubts. Because how you start your day is often how you live your life. When you wake up and claim those early hours with intention, you are telling your mind, your body, and the universe that you are not here to drift. You are here to dominate. The world belongs to those who rise early with a plan, with gratitude in their heart and fire in their spirit, while others are still negotiating with their snooze button. Your morning is your mental gym. It's where you train your focus, strengthen your clarity, and align with your deepest goals before the noise of the world tries to pull you in every direction. Whether it's 10 minutes of silence, a journal entry, a cold shower, a workout, or reading one page of a book that feeds your soul, morning wins are not about complexity. They're about consistency. Hi Dave, happy Tuesday. Probably not on tomorrow. Hi Dave, every time you conquer your morning, you reinforce your identity as someone who takes control, someone who leads their energy, not someone who reacts to circumstances. Morning wins are about momentum. Because when you start strong, you carry that strength into every conversation, every challenge, every opportunity. Think about it. When you oversleep, skip breakfast, scroll aimlessly through your phone, and rush through the door, your day feels chaotic and reactive. But when you rise with discipline, take time to breathe, move your body, nourish your mind, and set a clear intention, your day becomes a masterpiece, sculpted by choice, not chance. The most successful people in the world, athletes, entrepreneurs, thinkers, creators, they don't just have a morning routine, they protect it like a sacred weapon, because they know that in the early hours while others sleep, the foundation for greatness is built. In 2025, if you truly want to change your life, stop waiting for the rest of the day to fix your energy. Win your morning and you'll win your life. The quality of your morning determines the quality of your performance, your decisions, your mindset. Don't just wake up to your alarm. Wake up to your purpose. Create a ritual that speaks to your soul. Wake up early. Move your body. Speak affirmations of power over yourself. Visualize the life you're building. And remind yourself who you are before the world tries to convince you otherwise. Your goals are not waiting for you to feel ready. They're waiting for you to show up before the excuses do. And every time you win the morning, you're building proof that you are disciplined, that you are focused, and that you are unstoppable. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing something that pulls you forward instead of pushing you back. The truth is, your success is not made in some dramatic moment of glory. It's made in the quiet consistency of your mornings, when no one's watching, but everything's being written. This is the year to stop saying, I'll start tomorrow, and start saying, I started this morning. Protect your energy, guard your time, eliminate distractions, and begin each day with habits that serve your highest self. Because when you learn to master your mornings, you're not just changing your day, you're transforming your destiny. Get up, get intentional, and make your morning the launchpad for your greatness in 2025. Number 3, break comfort, embrace growth. Comfort is a silent killer. It doesn't scream, it whispers, gently lulling you into a life that looks peaceful on the outside, but is quietly suffocating your potential from within. And if you want 2025 to be the year that changes everything, you must make the courageous decision to break comfort and embrace growth, even when it feels uncomfortable, unfamiliar, or terrifying, because nothing extraordinary is born in a place of ease. Growth begins the moment comfort ends. When you willingly step into the stretch zone, where fear and faith collide, and where your future waits for you to rise. Every breakthrough you desire, confidence, clarity, success, freedom, it lives on the other side of resistance, but you'll never taste it if you keep choosing safety over struggle. Comfort tells you to play small, to stay quiet, to settle, but growth demands that you show up louder, bolder, and stronger than your comfort wants you to avoid failure, but growth invites you to see failure as the path, not the problem. The truth is, comfort is addictive. It disguises itself as peace while it robs you of purpose, offering you temporary relief while secretly stealing your legacy. Your dreams were never meant to live in your safe zone. They were meant to be pursued in the messy, uncertain, wild spaces where you confront your limits and create new ones. The job you hate but won't leave, the relationships that drain you but you still keep, the talents you ignore because they scare you. These are the comfort traps that keep millions stuck in cycles of almost and someday. But real growth demands discomfort. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in, starting the business when you're afraid to fail, speaking the truth when it might cost you approval, learning new skills when your ego wants to pretend you know enough already. Growth is saying yes to risk, yes to uncertainty, yes to challenge, because you finally said no to mediocrity. You were not designed to live a recycled year over and over again. You were built for evolution, for elevation, for expansion. The pain of growth is temporary, but the pain of regret is eternal. In 2025, don't just wish for a better life. Get uncomfortable enough to create it. Challenge yourself daily to do the hard things, the unfamiliar things, the inconvenient things, because these are the seeds of transformation. Comfort might feel good in the moment, but growth will make you proud for a lifetime. And here's the secret. The more you seek growth, the less power comfort has over you. What was once terrifying becomes your new normal. What was once hard becomes your new strength. What once held you back now becomes your launching pad. So break the cycle. Say goodbye to playing it safe. Push through the resistance. Let discomfort become your compass, because where it exists, so does your next level. You are not stuck. You're just choosing familiarity over freedom. But this is your time. Tear down the walls of fear, walk straight into discomfort, and you'll find a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. Focused, fierce, resilient, and alive. Don't just survive this year, outgrow it. Get uncomfortable, stay uncomfortable, and become unstoppable. Number 4, the power of one small win daily. In a world addicted to overnight success and dramatic transformations, we often overlook the silent, consistent power of one small win each day. A simple act, a single step, a quiet decision that may seem insignificant in the moment but repeated daily becomes the very foundation of extraordinary success. Because greatness is never built in a day, but it is always built daily. And if you want 2025 to be the year you finally break through, you must understand that the path to your biggest goals is paved not by giant leaps, but by small, intentional victories that stack up over time until they create a version of you that cannot be shaken. One small win could be waking up without hitting snooze, choosing water over soda, reading 5 pages of a book instead of scrolling endlessly, or having the hard conversation you've been avoiding. It's not about the size of the win. It's about the habit of winning. And every time you choose progress over perfection, you are casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Success isn't about doing everything right. It's about doing something right consistently. And when you commit to small wins, you build trust with yourself, and that trust becomes your inner power. The quiet knowing that you keep your word, you follow through, and you don't wait for motivation to move you. The power of one small win daily is that it creates momentum, and momentum is what turns discipline into identity, effort into excellence, and intention into achievement. Most people fail not because they lack talent, vision, or intelligence, but because they wait for the perfect plan or the perfect moment, and in that waiting, they miss the magic of movement. But when you shift your focus to the next right action, the next small win, you remove overwhelm and replace it with clarity. A 1% improvement today might not feel revolutionary, but compound that growth over 365 days and you've rebuilt your mindset, your health, your finances, your relationships, your life. Each small win is a building block, a vote for resilience, a spark that ignites the next win and the next. It's how champions train, how writers finish books, how entrepreneurs build empires. Brick by brick, win by win, day by day. And the beauty is, anyone can start. You don't need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most connected. You just need the courage to start small and the consistency to keep going. Even on the days when you feel tired, discouraged, or behind, one small win can shift your energy and remind you that you are still in the game. One workout, one positive thought, one healthy choice, one honest conversation. These are not minor moments. They are transformational practices that rewire your brain for victory. So stop underestimating your daily actions. Stop thinking your win has to be public, loud, or flashy. Quiet wins build loud legacies. Private victories build public confidence. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you win. Every time you choose effort over excuses, you win. Every time you choose vision over distraction, you win. And those wins over time create momentum, confidence, self-respect, and results that cannot be ignored. In 2025, let this be your strategy. Just win today. Don't worry about the next 6 months or the whole staircase. Just take one step, make one move, conquer one moment, and let that be enough to build belief. Because when you learn to celebrate the small wins, you are actually training your mind to chase progress instead of perfection, which means you keep showing up long after others quit. One small win daily, it's not just a motivational quote. It's a mindset, a movement, and a miracle waiting to unfold if you dare to honor the process. Don't just dream of big victories. Build them slowly, patiently, intentionally, one small win at a time. Number 5, create. Don't wait. The most dangerous lie we told is that we need to wait. Wait for permission. Wait for the right time. Wait until we feel ready. Wait until someone notices us, supports us, validates us. But the truth is, waiting is just fear in disguise. And if you want 2025 to be the year everything changes, you must break free from the prison of procrastination, because those who win in life are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who create. Create when you're unsure. Create when it's messy. Create when no one is watching. Stop sitting on ideas, on talents, on dreams, hoping that someone else will open the door. You are the door. Every second you spend waiting is a second stolen from your destiny. Nothing magical happens while you wait. Growth doesn't. Success doesn't. Momentum doesn't. Creation is the oxygen of progress. It is the spark that turns thoughts into actions, visions into results, and dreams into reality. The people who inspire you, who lead movements, who break records and reshape industries, didn't wait to be chosen. They chose themselves. They didn't wait for certainty. They stepped forward with courage. They didn't wait for applause. They moved with purpose. You cannot build a legacy on pause. You were not born to just consume content, scroll through other people's lives, and admire their courage. You were born to contribute, to build, to share, to shape the world with your gifts. Whether it's starting a business, writing a book, launching a channel, recording your music, learning a new skill, or changing your life, create, don't wait. Creation is the antidote to fear, the cure for stagnation, the fuel for confidence. And you don't need to have it all figured out to begin. You just need to begin. Start messy, start imperfect, start without knowing the full path, but start. The clarity you're waiting for, it comes through movement. The confidence you crave, it's built by showing up. Action is the mother of achievement. You're not too late and you're not too early. You are exactly on time if you start now. In 2025, stop begging for signs and start being the signal. Stop asking for open doors and become the architect. Don't wait to be discovered. Go build something worth discovering. If you have a message, speak it. If you have a story, write it. If you have a solution, build it. If you have a gift, share it. Creation is not about being perfect. It's about being real, being bold, being willing to show up and pour something valuable into the world. What you create today may not be perfect, but it will be progress. And progress is the path to greatness. Waiting makes you a spectator. Creating makes you a player. And the game only rewards the ones who are willing to move. So stop waiting on motivation, approval, luck, or lightning to strike. You are the spark. You are the miracle in motion. Let this be the year you stop hiding behind excuses and start building the life you can't stop thinking about. Create the schedule. Create the habits. Create the discipline. Create the environment. Create the version of you who doesn't sit on potential, who acts, who moves, who builds, who become. Time is not your enemy, hesitation is. The clock won't slow down for your fears, but every moment you use to create instead of wait is a moment where you reclaim your power. So no more delays, no more waiting for perfect, no more wishing and watching. 2025 is yours, but only if you create it. Number 6, cut distractions like dead weight. In a world designed to steal your focus, filled with buzzing notifications, endless scrolling, shallow conversations, and constant noise, the ability to protect your attention has become the new superpower. And if you truly want to rise in 2025, to build a life you keep dreaming of, but never fully live, then you must learn to cut distractions like dead weight. Because they are not just inconveniences, they are assassins of your potential, quietly robbing you of your energy, your time, and your destiny. Every time you reach for your phone out of boredom, every time you fall into another hour of mindless content, every time you allow drama, gossip, or meaningless entertainment to invade your mind, you are surrendering the very fuel you need to chase your greatness. Distractions don't come to you waving red flags. They come dressed as just 5 minutes, as harmless entertainment, as keeping up, but their true cost is massive. Lost days, fragmented focus, diluted dreams, and a distracted identity that cannot stay locked in long enough to build anything of true value. If your focus is weak, your results will be too. That's why in 2025, you must get ruthless with your attention. Because where your attention goes, your life flows. Cut off the relationships that drain you but offer no growth. Cut the habits that pretend to entertain you but actually keep you numb. Cut the addiction to dopamine highs that come from likes, clicks, and shallow praise. Your vision cannot coexist with constant distraction. You cannot build an empire with a cluttered mind. You cannot step into purpose while drowning in noise. The most powerful people you admire, the high performers, the creators, the visionaries, they protect their focus like it's sacred. Because it is. They don't just set boundaries, they enforce them. They don't just talk about goals, they eliminate anything that slows their pursuit of them. And you must do the same. Don't just audit your goals, audit your distractions. Track what steals your time. Monitor what steals your mood. Observe what breaks your momentum. Because anything that doesn't feed your growth is costing you more than you know. Even subtle distractions, those constant task sunsets, background noise, checking messages every few minutes, they compound into a scattered life. Clarity is the key to power, and you cannot have clarity while you're chasing everything that pops up. Simplify your environment, curate your digital space, create boundaries for your mind, make focus your daily ritual. Wake up and ask, what deserves my energy today? What must I ignore to win today? Be intentional with what you consume, who you interact with, and how you spend your minutes, because those minutes become hours, days, weeks, and ultimately your legacy. Distractions may feel harmless in the moment, but over time, they build a version of you that's reactive, scattered, and constantly behind. But when you cut them like dead weight, you reclaim your authority. You begin to build with depth. You start finishing what you start. You begin to value silence, structure, and space for deep thinking. You start showing up not just busy, but effective. And when others wonder how you advancing, how you growing, how you creating with such clarity, just know it's because you had the courage to let go of everything that no longer serves your mission. In 2025, stop giving energy to distractions dressed as entertainment, to people who only call when they need something, to habits that comfort your fears but kill your progress. You are not here to be available to everything. You are here to be aligned with your calling. So cut the noise, cut the excess, cut the unnecessary. Let your life be light enough to soar. Let your mind be clear enough to create. Let your days be focused enough to matter. Because when you learn to cut distractions like dead weight, you free yourself to finally rise. Number 7. Visualize, plan, attack in 750 powerful, inspiring. Before any mountain is climbed, before any empire is built, before any dream is realized, it is first visualized. Because everything you want to create in your external world must first be seen clearly in your internal world. And in 2025, if you truly want to step into the life you keep imagining, it's time to visualize, plan, and attack like your future depends on it. Because it does. The mind is the battlefield, and your imagination is your most powerful weapon. When you begin your days by closing your eyes and vividly seeing where you're headed, who you're becoming, and what you're building, you send a message to your brain, your soul, and the universe that you are not here to drift. You are here to dominate. Visualize not only the success but the struggle, not just the applause but the lonely grind, not just the outcome but the process. Because when your vision is detailed, emotional, and rooted in purpose, it becomes a magnet that pulls you through resistance and over obstacles. But visualization without planning is just a dream without legs. So once your vision is clear, it's time to reverse engineer it into concrete, non-negotiable action steps. Break it down. Write it out. Create a battle plan that eliminates ambiguity and makes your daily decisions simple. Is this moving me closer to my vision or not? Planning turns your imagination into a blueprint, and blueprints lead to buildings. But it doesn't stop there. Too many people get stuck in the vision phase, the note-taking phase, the idea harvesting phase, and they confuse planning with progress. But real change doesn't happen until you attack boldly, consistently, relentlessly. Action is the bridge between your current life and your highest potential. And the difference between winners and wishers is that winners don't wait to feel ready. They attack the plan, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient, even when the path is unclear. Attack means showing up early, staying late, training harder, focusing deeper, pushing through fatigue, ignoring distractions, and making sacrifices when necessary. Attack means treating your goals like survival, not suggestions. Attack means you don't just wish for the life you want, you take it. And when obstacles appear, and they will, you adjust, but you don't retreat. You adapt, but you don't quit. Because your vision is too clear, your plan is too tight, and your mindset is too unshakable to let setbacks define you. Visualize daily, like it's your spiritual practice. Plan weekly, like it's your life's strategy. Attack hourly, like it's the only way out. And when people wonder how you became so focused, so intentional, so unstoppable, let them know it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it wasn't timing, it was a clear vision, a ruthless plan, and an uncompromising attack. Most people underestimate what they can do in a year because they overthink and underact. But not you, not this time, not in 2025. This is your year to get crystal clear, ruthlessly organized, and unapologetically aggressive in your pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. No more vague goals, no more soft starts, no more someday thinking. Visualize where you're headed so clearly it becomes your obsession. Plan the route like your freedom depends on it. Then attack with the hunger of someone who's tired of waiting and ready to win. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need certainty. You need clarity, commitment, and courage. You were not made to play small. You were made to rise, to build, to lead, to finish. So see it, structure it, then go after it like your life depends on it, because it does. As we close this powerful journey through the 7 inspiring points of transformation in Get Up and Get It Done in 2025, let this not be just another message you've heard, but the last excuse you bury and the first step you take into the life you were meant to live. Because the truth is, nothing changes until you do, and no one is coming to rescue you. It's you versus the limits you've accepted for too long. And it's time to rise above them with relentless clarity, discipline, and faith. You now know that discipline is the ultimate game changer, the ability to show up when comfort calls, when no one applauds, when your motivation fades, because discipline is the bridge between your potential and your purpose. You've seen how owning your morning sets the tone for your days, how small rituals of power done early can shape your mindset, shift your energy, and center your focus before the world's noise has a chance to distract you. You understand that growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to evolve, if you want to outgrow the version of you who always gave up too soon, then you must be willing to lean into discomfort, challenge, and unfamiliar territory, because that is where your greatness is hiding. And now you see that small wins, stacked daily, Build momentum, confidence and results, not just on good days, but especially on the hard ones. One small win is all it takes to prove to yourself that you are in motion, that progress is happening, that change is being made, one courageous choice at a time. You must no longer wait for perfect timing or permission, because creators create. Period. Whether the conditions are ideal or not, the creators of tomorrow are the ones who take bold action today. You have a voice, a vision, and a responsibility to use both. And to do that, you must cut distractions like dead weight. Eliminate the noise, the toxic conversations, the endless scrolling, the time thieves and energy vampires that serve no role in your elevation. Protect your peace like it's gold, because your future depends on your ability to stay locked in. And finally, visualize where you're going. Not once, not occasionally, but every day. See it in your mind until it becomes real in your hands. Plan it like a general preparing for war. Then attack with fire, with focus, with faith. Because this year is not going to wait for you. This world rewards the focused, the intentional, the resilient. So don't just listen to these words. Live them. Don't just post about discipline. Be disciplined. Don't just dream. Build. Don't just survive. Lead. You were created to rise, to influence, to finish what you start, to become someone who leaves a mark, not by being loud, but by being consistent. Let your actions speak what your words never could. Let your energy prove what your past tried to deny. Let your life preach louder than any speech. And as you go forward into 2025, I pray over your journey, that your mind stays sharp, your heart remains humble, and your path becomes clearer with every step you take. I pray for your strength when you're tired, for your clarity when the path is foggy, and for your faith when doubt tries to knock at your door. May your circle be tight, your distractions be few, your vision be unshakable, and your soul be lit with a fire that no failure, fear, or delay can extinguish. May you rise early, grind quietly, lead powerfully, and walk through every open door with purpose. May you never again settle, shrink, or stall, but move forward boldly, knowing that your best days are not behind you. They are just beginning. There is a saying that time doesn't extend. It is tomorrow. May you rise early, grind quietly, lead powerfully, and walk through every open door with purpose. May you rise early, grind quietly, lead powerfully, and move forward boldly. May you rise early. And above all, may you remember that everything you need is already within you. So get up and get it done. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because 2025 is waiting for you to step into your power. And the world is waiting to see what happens when you finally do.